Hello class, how are you? Good, good. Okay, so here we are talking about things that we do every day or from time to time. Talking routines, things that we do, every day or, from time to time, sometimes, yeah? So, what words do we use to talk about the things that we do every day or from time to time? Good. Well, we start with always. When we use always, it means that we do this thing that we're talking about every day. Yeah, 100% of the time. Yeah, 100% of the time, every day. So, for example, if I say, I always have cereals in the morning. Always, from Sunday to Saturday, 7 days in a week. Have cereals in the morning. So that means that every day, every day I have cereals for breakfast. Not one day, not 2 days or 3 days, but every day. Always, always, yeah? That's what you do every day. So think about the things you do every day. Always. I always get up at 7:30. I always get up at 8. I don't know. What time do you get up? I always go on foot to school, yeah? I always take a bus to get to school. I don't know. How do you go to school? Yeah? So, if you do that every day, you can use always. Yeah? Always. Excellent. Sometimes we use sometimes. What does it mean sometimes? Sometimes is not 100% all the time, the whole circle. No, it's just half, yeah? Half of the time, 50% of the time. For example, I sometimes have orange juice in the morning. Look at this week. I cross out some of the days, so I don't have Sunday, I don't have Tuesday, I don't have Friday. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 days. I have more or less half of the days of the week. Yeah? If I do this, if I have orange juice half of the week, I can say I sometimes have orange juice in the morning. Yeah? Sometimes orange juice in the morning. Good. Okay, so it's easy. Not every day, but sometimes. The other half, I don't drink juice. The other half, yes, I do. Half, yeah? Half. Good. And we have the word never. Never means 0%, 0 times, yeah? Never. No. I don't do this. For example, I can say, I never have coffee in the morning. And look at my calendar, look at my weekdays. I crossed out all of the days of the week because I do not take coffee, not even Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, not even one day. Nothing, yeah? No one day. So I never have coffee in the morning. It's 0 times. Good. So we write and use never, remember, 0 times, sometimes, half of the time, always, 100% of the time. But we use this before the action word or verb in the sentence. Look at these 3 sentences. You never help me. I use never before the action word, yeah? Do you see the action word? This is the action word, help. Okay, so I use never before, yeah? Before the action word. Here, the same thing. I sometimes help you. Where is the action word? Where is the verb in this sentence? The same verb, help. And where is my word for frequency? Sometimes before, sometimes help, never help. Yeah? And the third example is the same. She always helps me. Always, always, yeah, before the action word. But this is with the action words or verbs and in general. But we have the verb to be like are, is. The frequency word, never, sometimes, or always, they go after, yeah, after the verb to be, You see, the verb to be are, and is. Well, my frequency words, as you can see, are after, oops, sorry, after, yeah, after, and after the action word, in this case the verb to be. You are never late. I am sometimes sad. She is always hungry. Yeah? So with the rest of the action words, the frequency words never, sometimes, and always go before the action word, and with the verb to be after the verb to be. Yeah? Good, easy. Okay, so let's practice a little bit with these three frequency words, with these actions. Yeah, for example, how often, this is a question, how often do you play basketball? Well, if you play basketball, for example, on Mondays, on Wednesdays, and you play also on Saturdays, for example, 3 days per week, you can say I sometimes play basketball. Yeah, I sometimes play basketball. Very good. What about riding your bike? Well, imagine that you go by bike every day to school, because you ride a bike to school every single day. So you can say, I always ride my bike to school. Yeah, I always, from Monday to Friday, I always ride my bike to school. And how often do you eat chocolate? How often do you eat chocolate at school? Well, if your school doesn't allow you to eat chocolate, you can say, I never eat chocolate at school. I never eat chocolate at school. And how often do you help your mother and daddy to recycle? If you recycle every week with your mommy and daddy, well, you always help your family to recycle. That's very good. How often do you practice gymnastics? How often do you practice gymnastics? Imagine. Well, if you don't practice at all because you don't like it, you cannot do it, or whatever, you say, I never practice gymnastics. I never practice gymnastics. And how often do you read in English? How often do you read in English? Well, if you read in English some of the days of the week, for example, on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, 3 or 4 days of the week, you sometimes read in English, and that is very good. Okay, so think of more actions that you do every month, every week, every day, and answer if it's never, sometimes, or always. Remember, 0 times, half of the time, and always 100% of the times. Okay, so these 3 words that we have seen to speak about frequency, never, sometimes, and always, are adverbs of frequency. It means that there are some words that we use to describe how frequently, how often we do things, activities. For example, well, we know these 3, always, sometimes, and never, but we have many others, like usually. I usually walk to work. It's not 100%, but it's very high. It's 90%. For example, we also use often. I often read in bed at night. It's also a high level of frequency, 70%. So you do it very often, yeah? Sometimes we use seldom. I seldom put salt on my food. It is very low, it's 10%, so you don't do that very much. And even less when you use rarely or hardly. I hardly ever get angry. It's only 5%, so yeah. Good, so these are other adverbs of frequency apart from the three that we have studied today, but we don't need to learn all of those today, yeah? We're gonna get the idea of never, sometimes, always. Never, 0%, 0 times, sometimes, 50-50, and always 100%. Okay, so see you later. Bye bye.